All right, so we've got this set up right here, right? We had this big move down. We had a break of a trend. We had a break of a channel. Now we're looking for possible continuation through this 360 level. If we break through the 360s here, we're looking to get short, right? Pushes up here, totally fine. Gives us a better entry for the continuation to the downside. If we look here on the bigger time frames right now, looking at the 5-minute chart, you can see this big move down, big move down through the VWAP there. So now my focus is looking for what? I'm looking for a bear flag, right? We want to see that bear flag play out. And well, we know that this pushback up is bearish. It's not bullish. We're waiting for our opportunity to get a short going. If we push back up in here, we got the VWAP there at the 425s. And the great thing is all I've got to do is wait for my break, right? Just wait for my break here. Right now, looking like this. Maybe we get some more pushback up. I'd love like a retest of the middle of this candle. Being like 18,400 would be nice. But again, just being patient here. That's our flag right now. We are waiting for our opportunity to take a trade. Easy peasy mac and cheesy, right? Get this continuation of the move. All right, so now we're looking for still kind of that break back below 60s with our interest to be that 18,400 area there. 18,400 is what we're watching. All right, we're watching that level. See if we get the break to the downside here. Momentum right now, what do we got going on? We got the trend pointing down here, trend pointing down. If we look at the bigger picture, look at the bigger picture here on the hourly chart. We are in kind of a upward push right here. So we know as well, if we break to the downside here through this like kind of 70, 80 level, there's a good chance we break this to the downside. Momentum comes in there and we sell back down. So it's kind of a great setup right now to watch as this plays out. And just trying to be patient here. And got a little music playing. Hopefully it's not annoying you guys, but just showing you kind of what I'm looking at when I'm trading here right now. Waiting, watching. See how this plays out. There's that 18,400 touch, right? We touched 18,400 now. Let's see how that reacts. A lot of lines right here on the chart for now. But this bear flag continuing to play out, being patient. Now we can kind of like take this trade. Maybe we break through 75. Can look to get short. Honestly, I'm gonna try here. I'm gonna try to break below 90, looking to short there. So break below 90 here, looking to get short and get this move down. We're right there at the 14 EMA on the 1-minute chart. There's the break below 90. And I'll look to take some profit, possibly even at the 70s if we get there quickly. And then look to try to add, maybe, you know, keep that move going here. Our stops are right above that 400 level. We knew that 400 level was going to be resistance. I'm going to look to take some profit here, third at the 77s, and then let the rest ride. Let's see if we can get a bigger move to the downside there. Beautiful. Getting filled there already. Nice. We got 6 contracts left. The reason I take this trade, you can see that 90 was the bottom of that candle right there. We're pulling back into the bottom of this bear flag right now. If we break through the 70s, we should try to take a new low down there to the 40s there next. So and obviously now we want to be careful. We don't want this to push back up on us. Kind of bouncing off that flag trend line there for now. So I got my stop right there above the 400s. If we get stopped out, at least we locked in some profit. We can always re-enter. This happens sometimes. You're gonna get these pushes back up, market chopping around. Look at it, right back to my entry again. If we get stopped out, we get stopped out. I'm actually gonna move this candle right there to the 404s, just in case. Stopped out there, perfect. Pushing back up there, VWAP at the 20s now. Let's see what happens. If we break back below this 90 level, I'll look to get short again. Right? We're protecting ourselves. If this does squeeze back up, it squeezes back up. You can see now, looks like now it's gonna dump. Had to do a fake out above the upside there. Had to fake out above that 400 level just to bring it back down. If this candle closes down here at the 90s, we know we're good to go. So let's see what happens. Need this candle to break back below the 90s. Can't stay above the 400s here. Let's see what happens. If we lose 90 support, we're jumping in short again there. Kind of following that trend here. See how the wick, that wick is pushing up off the trend here. We got the 14 EMA turning into support right now. Uh-oh. Need to get back below that 14 EMA here. This is the 1 minute chart, remember? Looks very weak here. I'm going to add, well, I'm going to jump in for the first time here through the 90s now. I'm going to look to add again if we continue lower. Add to my winner. If we break the 80s next. Look to add into this because this should be the sell through here. The 80s next. Break the 80s, add into the 80 break. The reason I'm adding into this as well is the fact that I want to reduce my risk, right? Instead of going all in right away on this trade to the downside, I want to get that break through where we bounced at before, and that gives me confirmation that we're probably going to go lower. And right now, sitting right there. Again, kind of the same game plan. Stop at the 400s here. Sellers start coming in here. Get this push through the 80s. We're going to add. There's that break through the 80s now. And let's see if we get a little bit of reaction back up here to add into. I'm going to add right there now. And we look for the breakthrough the 70s next. And now I'm targeting the 60 area. That's where we kind of bounced at earlier, so. First target being down there at the 60s. Just need to basically keep this below the 390s, and then I think we take a new low here. Looks good. Trying to get filled here at the 60s for the first 2 contracts there. And then look, make a new low here. I'm actually going to move this down a little bit because now I know we've already tested it, so there's a good chance we break through it if we do continue lower. Obviously, they're getting filled. Beautiful. Let's get this move all the way. I'd be looking, say 320s here. 320s for this move down. And as you can see, 360s right now, giving it up. The reason I'm saying 320s is there's some support back there overnight at the 320 level. We're looking to the left. This trade is working out beautiful here. I'm going to look to take off a little bit more here at the 33s. One more contract there at the 33s to get filled. And then let's see if we can get one ride all the way down there to the 300s next. Getting filled. Beautiful. Give me 300s here. I'm going to put an order out there at 310s. I won't be greedy. I won't be greedy here. Textbook, 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 baby. From the 77s now. What a beautiful move. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful move here. Shorted there. 88s added into that. Covered as we go. Locking in profit. Showing you guys this beautiful bear flag setup. Got very tight. Had a little bit of a fake out. That's why we stopped out. We stopped out and then we got back in. Think about it. You stop out for a small loss and then you get this big winner. We followed the plan. We had a setup. We waited. We got stopped out. We got back in. Look at it. It's still going lower. Come on. What a beautiful move here. Absolutely. Still going. Still going. It's still going. So as you can see, lots of potential with these setups. The momentum just needs to kind of come back up. You're patient. You let this momentum come back up. Pushes back up there to the 400s. Like we talked about, that 400 level, the middle kind of like that hold number. We know hold numbers act as support resistance. Look at this thing. Still just dumping straight down. Beautiful move from the 18,400s right down there to the 280s now. That's over a 100-point move. It's over a 100-point move on this. Trading the micros, you make money. Trading the NASDAQ here, you don't need to go big and go crazy. I was only trading, I think, 4 contracts. Yeah, 2, 3, 4. 4 contracts per account. So, again, over $3,000 in profit there on that move from the 88s. We added into that. We saw that weakness. We added. Again, it's okay to not, you know, buy right away, sell right away, be patient, wait for those setups. But look at how this played out. We had a little bit of a mishap there. We kind of knew there was a chance that we would have bounced. I probably should have moved my stop to break even there, honestly. But I was like, let me give it a chance. I knew there'd be a bigger move to come, more opportunity to make money there on that move. And look, right on down there to the 310s. So that's the setup. The momentum market starts moving down. Momentum's pointing down. The bear flag, the setup. We push back up. We turn that into resistance. We wait. Maybe I was a little too early to that short, obviously. But look, bear flag, how perfectly it played out. This is the 1 minute chart. You go to the 2 minute chart. You can see again, kind of getting that 3 or 4 point push. The break to the downside, 2 minute chart showing that break through the 80s. and down there for a 100-point move to the downside. So remember, the trend is your friend. We broke through the VWAP. We got through the pivot point, VWAP, pivot points, all that stuff there. And there's the bear flag, break to the downside. And look at that. Over a 100-point move on that break to the downside. Just being patient. Not trying to short, you know, right away. Like, okay, big move down, perfect. Expect some consolidation. Expect a little push back up. And then, bam! Look at that drop, baby. Look at that drop. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. But again, VWAP, we broke. We lost support. We broke out of that 15-minute range. Guys, I cannot stress enough. Being understanding. 15-minute range there. Bang, bang. VWAP there. Okay, we get through all that. We know there's a good chance we start to move back down. We had the overnight low down there. We got a pivot point at the 18,202s. There's really nothing stopping us from going lower, right? At this point, there's like, we're looking here. We're like, well, this area is here, 250. We kind of got right there to the 280s, right into that previous area. Okay, but when we're up here at the 390s, you're like, I don't see any reason that we can't pull back here a little bit more. So being patient paid out. Or paid off, following the plan, cutting off my loser, not being stupid. I mean, maybe if I would have held it for, I would have been all right. Probably, you know, I got stopped out right at the top. But either way, you know, we re-entered, we waited, we were patient, and there's our setup of the day right there. The bear flag, the move, lock it in, make the money.